Hello everybody, welcome back to C&S Corvettes in beautiful sunny Sarasota, Florida. It's your Corvette buddy Lyle here to talk to you about more interesting, exciting, and hopefully helpful stuff. Today we're going to be covering some of the most recent Corvette news, some of which are problems and some of which are exciting stuff. Let's get into it. First on the docket today, we're going to talk about one of the problems that is being reported with the 2026 Corvette. As you're probably aware, if you follow Corvette or you follow this channel, the 2026 Corvette has a new dash layout, additional screens, a lot more electronic capability than the previous version. But we are finding that the 2026 is having a problem with the center infotainment screen malfunctioning. The malfunction basically occurs shortly after startup, and it is being described as the screen just comes up as a grid pattern and doesn't allow you to do any inputs or any changes, which, as you can imagine, considering the amount of things that are controlled through that screen, can be a real problem, especially when this is a brand new car. In some cases, the screens even go black completely, lose all audio connectivity, or other display glitches. So the fix so far from GM is to replace the screen assembly itself. And if it's anything like the screen assemblies in the C7s, it's not just a screen. There's actually a small computer that goes with the screen to help it run it. So I imagine that's an entire plug-in module. The problem is there aren't a whole lot of them available. Anytime GM has a problem with a part that is currently in use at the factory, they tend to prioritize making sure that the builds continue, and you as the customer who already paid for your car kind of play second fiddle, which, well, sort of sucks. GM released a dealer bulletin. It was PIT 6362 if you want to look it up online, indicating that engineers are investigating the display and infotainment problems, but there's no broad recall or official service fix available yet. So if you do have a 2026 and your screen's doing this stuff, get a hold of your trusted dealer as soon as possible to get in line for whatever fix they do eventually develop. In other more positive and exciting news, Corvette participated in the 12 Hours of Bathurst. This is a famous endurance race in Australia at a racetrack called Mount Panorama. This is one of the great endurance races in the world. The track is absolutely insane. It is basically a giant U, and then it goes up on top of a mountain, and they go through all these super tight corners and dips, and then they get on the U again. One of the other unique things about this race is they start it in the dark. So you got cars that are not warmed up, tires that are not warmed up, and drivers that are not warmed up, starting a major world level endurance race in the dark. It's always just really exciting to watch. The most exciting thing this year, well, horrible exciting, a guy driving a Mustang GT3, Ford Mustang GT3, hit a kangaroo in the early stages of the race while still in the dark, which is a common problem at Mount Panorama. And the kangaroo, or at least half of it, blew through his windscreen and hit him in the face. Of course, it was nighttime, so his tinted visor was up, blinded him with blood and other things we won't talk about. Thankfully, he's okay, but the car was ruined. It could not compete, and he had to go to the hospital to get all that stuff cleaned out of his eyes. And his quote, German guy, very German, he said, "I can tell you that the kangaroo smells far worse on the inside than it does on the outside." I don't doubt it. Anyway, in honor of Corvette's participation in the race for the first time, GM has decided to do a very special and very limited version of the Z06. Only 12 units of this edition are going to be built, one for each hour of the race. They're individually numbered 1 to 12, obviously, and they are not available in the US, Europe, or other global markets. It is for Australia and New Zealand only, which is really cool. I mean, you talk about a rare car, that's going to be rare. Some of the key features and specs are, it's basically a track special road legal version of the standard Z06 with some race-inspired styling and performance hardware. It's going to have the 3LZ option group. It's going to have the Z07 performance package, as you would imagine it would. It is finished in switchblade silver and carbon flash trim and aero bits. Some of the visual cues are tied to the GT3R race car, including the Jake graphics and exclusive Bathurst 12-hour decals. 20 and 21-inch forged wheels with blue brake calipers finish off the exterior. Interior's jet black and Santorini blue Napa leather with blue seat belts, and carbon fiber trim and special edition build plates abound inside. Also, neatly, this is a right-hand drive car. So now, not only is it only one of 12, it is right-hand drive. So this car is going to be a collector's dream if you can get your hands on one. There are some cool extras for the owners of these cars too. They get custom artwork print of the GT3 Z06 at Bathurst. They get GT3R themed indoor car cover, which if you've never seen one of those, look it up online. There's some really cool, it looks like the race car sitting in your garage when the cover's on it. And Corvette racing merchandise package. So I'm sure that's autographed stuff and some neat stuff from the team. And finally today, GM has announced that final orders for the 2026 Corvette are expected to be due around late March of 2026. So dealers have to get orders in by then if you want a 2026 model year Corvette. Production of the 2026 model year Corvette is scheduled to conclude on May 29th of 2026 in Bowling Green. According to Roger Keel's C8 Corvette production tracker, there are now 1,037 ZR1s produced during the 2026 model year, while C8 Tracker, which uses publicly available window stickers for its counts, is showing window stickers up to VIN 1032. With 180 Corvette ZR1s produced during the very end of the 2025 model year, there are now 1,217 ZR1s produced using Roger Keel's totals. And of course, we can only expect that number to grow. I don't have any production numbers on the ZR1X yet. They're still just kind of trickling out. But these cars, GM said they were going to build as many as the market would bear, and clearly people are paying for them. So I think that's awesome. I hope to see one in our shop here sometime soon. So obviously we will be doing a video if we do. For those of you guys who keep up with our channel, we are very close to 91,000 subscribers, heading toward our goal of 100,000. So if you like the content that we're putting out, please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment below, because that helps the algorithm push our content to new people who might not know that we exist. The more support you can do that way without reaching for your wallet is absolutely imperative to us reaching our goal. Thank you for support, share us with your friends, and thank you for watching.